G'day guys, welcome back on Living on 2 Acres, Queensland. And today's video is not a usual video that I would post about the plants and stuff happening on my property, but I just wanted to share with you guys my experience with this Cub Cadet zero-turn ride-on mower RZT-S. Now, we bought this about 5 years ago, or maybe less, 4 years, I want to say, just under 4 years. And at the moment, it's got 140 hours on the clock. And what happened here, this is not machine that we use too much. Basically, at around 2.5 year stage, when it had about 90 hours on the clock, the electronic clutch had failed on it. That's the clutch that engages the cutting deck when you pull on that yellow deck engagement lever. And 90 hours is basically nothing, as you would understand, for the ride-on mower. And even though it's been 2.5 years, we bought it as being under 3-year warranty condition. And when I the actual description of the problem is such that when you mow and engage the cutting deck with the lever, once you push it back, the deck is not getting disengaged. So the actual clutch must have failed or almost failed or something, and it keeps the deck engaged. It does not disengage completely. The blades are still turning when you push the disengagement lever. And I went to the dealership. I'm not gonna name the dealership, I don't think there's a point in that. I'm not here to for that. I'm just here to share my frustration. I was told that because I did not bring it in for service, which is basically what oil change and general check, it's not covered by the warranty. I mean, to be honest, I was pissed off. Also because, without even going into the fact that oil change is a very basic procedure, which is what you take that filter out and you undo this oil drainage plug and you drain the oil, put the plug back in, screw the filter back on, fill it up with oil, and off you go. You don't have to be like an engineer or even a mechanic for that matter. But that's beside the point. The actual clutch itself is not a serviceable part. Well, as they explained to me at the dealership themselves, once it goes, you cannot repair it. It's not to be disassembled. It's just being changed altogether. So even if I were to bring it for oil change service in order to maintain my warranty, they would not have done anything to the clutch. It's not like I missed, a service, they didn't clean it or something and it failed. It's not like that. So I just don't think it's fair. Now, I didn't take it up with consumer protection group or anything like that, which I probably should have, because 90 hours on the clock is not a reasonable time for the part to fail. This is like a almost $7,000 Australian dollar machine. You would expect the reasonable working life of the machine and even the spare parts to be much more than that. 90 hours is nothing for this machine. And the fact that it was even under the warranty period, under 3 years, is even more disappointing. But yet, the dealership just turned me away. I tried to speak to the manager. He said, oh, well, you can bring it in, we'll check it out and see what we can do. And we might or might not charge you this, inspection fee. And, when I got back to them sometime later, thinking of bringing it in and for them to have a look, I didn't even get that reply, that I'm not going to charge a service fee. So I thought, well, screw you guys. We're just going to keep on using it like that. And it's currently got 140 hours on the clock. We just used it like that because we needed it, and we didn't want to pay money for inspection fee, just for them to tell us, oh, well, the clutch is stuffed, you need to change that. So here we are, basically a new machine, a 6.5, almost $7,000 machine with that faulty clutch. And It's not a cheap part. The cheapest you can get, I believe, at the moment is some unbranded part from China, goes at about 400 Australian dollars. And if you want one still made in China but branded with some more, so to say, reputable brand, it goes up to almost $700. And I just don't think that that's good enough. So, I really want to say shame on you, Cub Cadet or MTD or whatever, whoever owns that brand, and definitely think twice. It's a good machine, but do talk well to the dealers and see, what's covered, what's not, and what you need to do for that, because now, the clutch has failed, we have to use it like that, or we have to fork out a lot of money, for the part, and then obviously the labor for them to replace that. And it's not a part that is difficult to replace, and I can't even understand why the hell it costs so much. Here, I'll show you what it looked like, so just bear with me. So that shiny bit is all it is. That's just a spindle that comes separately, I believe. So that's it there. So you just undo this bolt here, bring that down, obviously disengage the belt first, bring that down, take that off, put another one on in the correct position, put the spindle back, put the bolt back in, put the belt back on, and off you go, So it just sucks. Sorry guys. And I'll show you what it does when it's working. It kind of disengages, but not entirely. The blades are still spinning. It's not working at full speed, but the blades are still spinning, and it shouldn't do that. It should completely disengage the cutting deck. Just a fair warning, you might want to turn down the volume because it's gonna be noisy, but I'll just demonstrate to you what happens. So yeah, here it goes. Turn the volume down. So here it is. Sorry about that racket, guys. That's what happens. It's just disappointing. And so yeah, again, 140 hours on the clock. Machine is probably, as I said before, around 4 years old now. That's where we're at, and we're looking at having to buy a new clutch for it, so it's a bit safer to use. I don't know, I don't think that's good enough. I don't know, does anyone out there have any solutions? If someone from that MTD or whatever is watching, what do you have to say about that? Don't tell me, oh yeah, parts fail occasionally. Yes, they do, but I think you should be looking after your customers much better than that. And the fact that we didn't take it in for the oil change, I don't think that should affect that at all. I mean, I'm sure if the engine would fail, you could say, well, you carried out the oil change yourself, you may have not have done something right and you stuffed it up, but the clutch, it's got nothing to do with oil change. And again, because it's not a serviceable part, what effect does the service have on that being covered by warranty? Anyway, this is what it is. Sorry about that, guys. I just thought I'd share my frustration because it's very, very disappointing. You pay so much money for the machine and it's just that's all I can say. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Tell the others. Leave comments. and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.